are. There's my Astro homies. What's going on, you guys? Alyssa here with the weekly astrology forecast, coming at you in the appropriate attire as we have Aries placements coming into the collective, coming into the outer planets. And I personally am very excited about this. Because guess what? Last year, I don't feel like we wore enough cheetah print. Last year, I don't feel like we wore enough red, enough leather, enough bold, feistiness, because we were basically drowning in the water and the earth placements of the outer planets. And this made us feel, as a collective, a little sluggish. And I know you guys can relate because, yeah, here we are in this new year, and it doesn't quite feel like the pace maybe that we thought we would be at this point. And I'm here to tell you guys that you are right on time, you are right on track, and the astrology is a lot this weekend, so we have a lot to get into. Thank you so much for being here. Fridays are amazing. I look forward to sharing the forecast with you, to checking in on how you're doing, and to really establish that new information, right? This new education of yourself and understanding yourself at a better level, at a deeper level, and just feeling more embodied in who you truly are and what you're here to do. So, guys, we have a T-square coming up this weekend. And what is a T-square? Well, this is essentially a configuration in the sky that really gets some pressure under us, okay? It feels a little bit like we're in the hot seat. This T-square is particularly between the sun, Mars, the moon, Venus, and Jupiter, okay? And when we look at the role, the energy, and the direction of these planets, the motive of these planets, and we see how they're lining up with each other, we see that there's a potential for a little bit of friction this weekend, a little bit of inflamed egos, a little bit of unsurety as to where to move forward in this energy. And this is interesting because all these planets in Capricorn is this very earthy, slow-moving, time is not really on your side kind of energy. But at the positive of that, you guys, it's also teaching us the ebb and flow of our energy levels, of the cycles of nature, of, you know, the seasons of our collective, and what places in those societal norms are really starting to deconstruct and really starting to show us that's not really important or relevant anymore. So with this, you know, indication of growth needed with that inflamed ego or hurt ego, or just feeling like you're just not really on the same page with somebody. This is really, you know, a conscious need for a movement, for a change. The sun and the moon are activated. So this is our consciousness. This is our emotional landscape, and meeting that at the individual level. We have the Mars in play with this. So this is a sense of urgency. This is irritation. This is impulse. Venus is our values, our love, our relationships, and our money too. This is personal to us. This is also our attachment style, codependency, people pleasing. We're really seeing, holy moly, this has been a cycle that has been prolonged. And now it's really at those final internal phases of that, with Pisces in its final degrees of Saturn and Neptune. On the 20th of this month, we have Neptune moving into Aries, you guys. So literally, this is calling back a part of our identity, a part of ourselves that was once lost and is now being rediscovered in a new way, and in a more bold and fearless way, you guys. So what was I saying? Oh, and the last part of the T-square, you guys, I forgot to mention, was Jupiter. So all of that energy, the sun, Mars, moon, Venus, and Jupiter, which is our personal belief systems, our personal development, truth, all of this is amplified with Jupiter. So essentially, everyone's personal story and feelings and identities are coming through. And on the collective note, whew, it's triggering. It's bringing up anger. It's bringing up violence. It's bringing up all these different things that definitely need to be looked at and do not need to be spiritually bypassed. And this is the collective message where it's like, your job is to literally work on your nervous system, is to work on your personal intention and your personal capacity to make change. If that's in your personal life, amazing. If that's in your kids' school, amazing. If that's in your local community, amazing. But you have to really be tuned in within enough to know what that looks like. And really, Uranus and Taurus, take ownership of that. Unless you really lean into that sense of extrovertedness in you, it's somewhere in there. I know the past 6 years basically have been so energetically draining and confusing and pushing us to our absolute limits when it comes to empathy and the human heart and the collective, tone right now and temperature. It's a lot. And personally, we kind of feel frustrated of, what am I supposed to do to help? How can I make a change? And really, our nervous system is the key, you guys. I can't emphasize this enough, of listening to our senses, finding our personal preferences, and then taking ownership and accountability for those needs. Taurus is the throat chakra. It's expressing our needs. It's expressing who we are and where we stand in this moment and our value, and not backing up from that. On top of that, we're coming to a new energy with Chiron this year moving into Taurus as well. So we're going to have that doubled up energy of the earth. But then we have the fire sign, right? We have Aries coming into Saturn and Neptune. We have Gemini in Uranus happening. We have Jupiter and Leo happening. I want to talk about Jupiter and that retrograde, you guys, because it's like, this emotional amplification and this feeling of these past pains and experiences coming through. It's like, why are you coming up now? And it really is a reminder of where you were and how far you've come, and to not forget that. One of the most beautiful practices I'm sharing with my clients right now, you guys, is revisiting their old journals, their old notebooks, ideas, projects, and seeing what still rings true to them. Seeing what emotional growth has taken place, what things you no longer stand for, how you stand up for yourself in new and different ways. Like, it is such a beautiful reflection and review moment to look at our emotional intelligence and where we're at, and seeing, the temperature of where we're at with our relationships and our people in our life, our close relationships, right? So if you feel reactive and unsure why, you're not alone. This is literally just the final degrees and the final story and cycles really playing out, you guys. This is, end scene in kind of the more chaotic parts of the emotional landscape. This year, I'm not going to say it's not going to be chaotic, but it's going to be creative, fiery, just faster, full of changes. But like I was saying, if you're feeling unsure of why you're feeling reactive, you're feeling sensitive to rejection, you're feeling, hyper vigilant to people's tones, and if people are withdrawing and kind of even bringing up those issues of abandonment is coming up, you guys. But this is the Aries journey of, who are we? What is our consciousness? What is our body intelligence? Understanding the subtleties of this, and really the primal nature also of Aries, where it's like, I want to go, I want to be first, I want to see the world, I want to birth my creations, I want to meet other like-minded souls, right? And this year, you guys, we are bringing back the in-person connection. We do still have Pluto and Aquarius, but this is teaching us a different dynamic of, yes, we can connect through the internet and we can make those connections on our social media, and right? But the integration doesn't happen unless it's on that personal, in-person level, where we're really seeing, wow, our frequencies really match and really align, or wow, I'm seeing that, it's changing, right? So that feeling of really finding our people, of really feeling activated by those that also have a lot of passion, a lot of drive, a lot of enthusiasm for these projects that we've kind of been incubating. Last year was it really was the incubation of where we had to integrate, recalibrate on an inner level to be able to go back out there and put our, you know, our gifts out into the world. Jupiter in Leo is going to really show us that. And this little Jupiter in Leo over here, she's getting real feisty and real fired up. And, you know, that's a good thing. Anyway, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know where to find me if you need a personal reading. And next week, I'm excited to dive in to the astrology then. But I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.